Today I'm going to discuss free and clear properties. Now, I happen to work the Los Angeles area. There are not very many free and clear properties that we run across here. However, I've read statistics that 47% of all the properties in the United States are free and clear. That's almost half of them. The other half must be in Los Angeles. But what I'm going to do today is show you how to buy some free and clear properties without using any of your own money. That doesn't mean the seller's not getting any money. It just means that you're not using any of your own money. Okay, now how to buy free and clear properties. First thing we need to do is choose a market. We're going to work a zip code area? Are we going to work a city area? Are we going to work a county area? Are we going to work California? You know, what are we going to work? So we have to choose our market first. And then what we're going to do when we find our market is we have to get a list of all the free and clear properties. Now, where do you get the list? Well, they have services that will sell you a list. If you're licensed or you have a relationship with a title company, you can run a farm package of the area that you're looking for, all free and clears. There'll be nothing there but free and clears. Now, after you get your list, what do you do next? You have to contact them. So how are we going to contact the people on the list? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to send direct mail to owners. This is the way I do it. Sometimes if you have, you get your list and it might have telephone numbers, you might want to call them. That's okay. I usually send out a list of letters to the free and clear owners, seeing if they might be interested in selling their property. I also put in the letter, though, that if you are interested in selling your property, will you carry the note as opposed to going out and getting new financing? Okay. After the seller contacts us, we are going to write an offer or offers. Like I said in the letter, we're going to put in there that we probably want them to carry the note. If they come back to us saying, you know, they want a retail price and they want all cash, we're probably not the buyer for them. Century 21 is a good place to go list it. Okay. We also shoot a goal of ours is to make 15% profit. If we buy something at $100,000 and we're going to resell it on the other end, we want to net at least 115, which means we're probably going to have to sell it for 120 or 125, something like that, to get our 15% profit. But we're always shooting for minimum 15%. If there's a 5 or 10% problem, it's too much trouble to go through to try to make that little bit of money. Okay, now, why does this work? Because we're negotiating directly with the seller. Okay, and anything can be negotiated. You can negotiate if he carries the paper, if he wants all cash, if what interest rates, what are the payments? Are they amortized for 30 years? They're all due and payable in 5 years. What is the deal that you can work out with the seller? Now, it's much easier to deal working out with the seller than it is putting a third party in there, which could be a realtor or it could be a bank that gets involved. Now, we want to buy these things without any capital of our own. How do we go about doing that? Okay, that's where we come over here. I'm going to show you 2 examples of how to buy property with zero money out of your pocket. That doesn't mean zero money to the seller. Let's not confuse the two. It just means zero money out of your pocket. One way of doing it, the example we're going to use here, is a $100,000 price. Okay, we can raise private money for a first mortgage at 6 to 8%. And whatever we raise, let's say we raise 70, 80, 90, it doesn't make any difference what we raise, but we're going to have the seller carry back the balance at 0%. Okay, and we're also going to try to get a substitution of collateral clause on the seller's second. That way we can move it around and build equity that way. We can move it from property A to property B. That's called walking the note for the old timers. Now, is this guy getting any money? Yes, he's getting money. He's getting, let's say we'll raise 70% in private funds, or 80 or 90. He's going to get that cash as the down payment so he can walk away and buy something else. Seller Gary back, he's just going to take a note for the future. And like I said, we want to walk the note around. Okay, number 2 way of doing it is same price, $100,000 here. let's say there's a loan for 65% or $65,000 on that property. So we don't have to go out and get a new loan. We can take that property subject to the existing bank loan that's on there. We don't have to qualify. We don't have to fill out credit reports. We don't have to do this and that you have to do for the lenders. The next thing we need to do is we need to raise the cash for the down payment. We're going to do that by getting a second trust deed from private money for approximately up to 75%. We'll shoot for 7% interest on this. But as you can see, 75% here, and we have a 65% loan, so that's 10% in cash they're getting. So in this case, they'd be walking away with $10,000 in cash. We're subject to the loan. We're going to be making the payments on this loan, and we're also going to be making the payments on the small second right here. Okay, the balance of the purchase price, which in this case is 25% or $25,000, will be carried by the seller as a third trust deed. Okay, so as you can see, you got a first trust deed here, you got a second trust deed here, you got a third trust deed here. All of them total up to 100% of the financing, and the seller walked out with 10% in cash. And then in the future, he will be getting more money back. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-year note or 5-year note or whatever, but he will be getting more money in the future also. So this is a good example here of how to buy 2 properties. You can buy more properties with no money down. I just wanted to throw out 2 ways to do it real quickly. Now, if you want to pay all cash and buy it from the seller, you got to get a major discount. In my mind, you got to get a 25% discount. So I don't have any problem coming up with 75% of this all cash if I'm buying it wholesale like that. But if I got to buy it retail, I want to buy it like this. So there's an example of how to, real quickly, how to do properties that are free and clear. If you need to know any more information, you can go to my YouTube channel at hashtag Floyd Loans. Make sure you put the hashtag in there. Very important. Facebook at Floyd Loans. Got Twitter at Floyd Loans. And Floyd at Woodrum Financial. You can send me email there, and I will get back to you as soon as I could.